Welcome in, everybody. It's another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast, live from the Toyota Lounge here at DNVR Studios.
That's cool to say.
It is pretty tight.
It's cool to say we got a lounge sponsored by a national brand.
I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, hanging out with Cowboy Super Yah.
Man, I've been the only one on these shows for the last 3 weeks because you guys have been on and off.
Take your time.
No, I love it. I'll
love go solo. You can go home right now if you want.
I love talking to my buds one-on-one, man. It's a great time for me. I'm all for it.
I'll ride solo if you want.
Dude, I love it, dude. I've been grinding away, and I love just being with you guys. It's so fun.
It is fun. It's especially fun after the Rapids beat LAFC at home in an epic game.
That does help quite a bit because I was ready to quit.
Yeah. No, I will choose to remain silent on that, but it doesn't get better. It's a victory Wednesday here on DNVR Rapids.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I was out of town. I was up at the family farm over on the Western Slope.
That's cool to say, by the way, that you got a farm.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty cool. I was hanging out with farm dogs and wandering around.
Your family just got it like that, man. You got farms.
I wouldn't say that, but
I'm not saying he's rich. I'm just saying he got it like that.
Yeah, we got land over in Paonia. It's really fun to go hang out at. But I was watching on my phone, going nuts. I was two-screening it with the United game. How often am I going to be able to watch United and Rapids play at the exact same kickoff time?
That was kind of fun, though, right?
Yeah.
I loved it, right? It was a good time.
It was pretty sweet. And, man, they never felt out of it, right? Maybe there was a little stretch early where it was like, oh, this could get out of hand.
I was pretty pissed the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Right, but it felt competitive. Physically, they didn't feel overmatched. Stylistically, they didn't feel overmatched.
Yeah.
You know, even though they've dropped points where you wouldn't want them to, this game was a good reminder that, like...
Takes time.
It takes time, one, but also there's progress being made. You know? Which is all we wanted.
Before we go any further, I do want to address that because I had people calling me out because on Twitter I said, this team ain't it. Armis in the front office seats are starting to get warm and it's only 5 games.
Sure.
And I stand by that take.
Okay.
Because for one reason, I'm an emotional fan because I love the squad and I want this squad to be good. Second of all, I stand by it because there's been so many draw points, even if it's early in the season, and Armis is only on a 1-1. Every game counts for him. It has to be so important that he can prove he can be the guy for the squad. Now, do I think he's proven more than enough? Yes. That's why I didn't say the seat was hot, blazing. I wasn't thinking that he should be fired after the game. But there is, after 5 games, there is a little question to it where, hey, you only got 1 season to get this right, and then you have an option for the second one. What are you going to do?
Right.
And this front office has been here for a while. Things were not looking great that first half. They were not creating any chances. Are we surprised? No, it's the Rapids. And second of all, LAFC scored and had some incredible shots that if it wasn't because of Zach Steffen, they would have been down like 2-0, 3-0 in the first half.
Sure, but they did go get Zach Steffen.
No, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so, look, I'll say this. I think warm seat might even be a little extreme. I get what you're saying. I think really where it's at is I don't think Armis, it would have to be, they're 500, right?
Yeah.
With a win against LAFC, a win at Salt Lake, in what could have been a win in Seattle, and you're probably mad it wasn't, but
a win probably against Nashville that should have been as well.
Right. And so to me, that doesn't say hot seat. To me, that's more of like, oh, Armis is kind of cooking something here, whereas these Robin Fraser teams from the last 2 years would have crumbled.
And again, you're completely right.
So to me, it's a shift towards the right. Now Porig.
That it was all part again.
See, now to me, that's the thing. Porig is like, he's the one that has these teams or these players ran back the same winger group, has misspent on DPs dramatically, right? Like, Cabral and Rafa, in their entirety of their DP contracts, have combined for 5 goals and 2 assists.
7 goal contributions in total. Between 2 players that are getting paid a lot of money.
In almost 50 games.
That's not good.
It's terrible. And so, if anything, that's where I would say I agree with you, is that if we're going to, if your best player on the team by a mile is a GA contract, That means it's not your TAM players. That means it's not your DPs.
Your U22 DP.
What are you putting together?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how are you managing this team in a constructive way?
Yeah.
Right?
And
so
again,
I agree with you.
And I stick by my word because that first half was horrible. And I'm not going to change it. I'm not, because I tweeted it when I was emotional. I was mad.
Good.
And it was bad. I'm sticking to that because that was my take at the moment. Now, afterwards, I'm like, hey, I take it back for now. There's still time to be, there's still things that got to improve. But it was a better result. And I do agree with you that Chris Armas was better. I was an emotional fan. But that's part of DNVR, right? Yeah. Emotions. We cover the team with love and passion.
Yep.
We don't cover them with stats and little written blurbs because we need to get clicks. We do it because we love it.
Correct.
So
it just so happens that loving it and saying crazy shit on the internet gets clicks. So
yeah, and
it works. But it's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street. And again, I'm not. It is what it is. But before we go any further, I do want to ask y'all to give us a quick like. We really appreciate that. Subscribe to our channel. I'm trying to get a little bit early on this, so people that are just tuning in can click right away.
Jump in the Toyota chat. Talk to us.
Ooh, we got a Toyota chat, which is dope.
Toyota chat. I drive a Toyota, so this is perfect for me.
Toyota's the
I stay on brand here.
best car out there.
They rule.
They're dope.
I've driven them since my first car.
Yeah.
Literally.
Great cars.
Toyota guy.
Toyota guy.
Any other hangover takes from the game? I have one big one, and I touched on it in my brief appearance from my car on the farm on the post-game show. Two striker system late. See the problem, and I don't know if I fully got into why. You have so much speed on the wings, right? But when your only target guys in the middle are guys that have combined for 2 MLS goals in how many appearances, right? Close to 50 probably between Yappy and Rafa.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to just, ignore that. To just put one corner, let put one center back in there, and let the other drift towards whichever wing is attacking with that outside back, right? And it completely smothers them. Putting the two big physical targets in the middle, granted, still the same ones that haven't scored, but it pulls those center backs in, and it lets your Cabrals, Harris's, Kamani's, your super speedy guys on the wing that much more room to operate. And then it also gives your Cole and your Djordje, who are great late arrivers, another lane to run into to create something. And I think I don't want to see them run that always. I don't want them to start a game like that. I don't want them to play 60 minutes like that. But if you give me 20 and you need a goal, I like that.
See, I'm kind of I agree with you, but I think you got success in those last 20 minutes.
Sure.
That I think you should try it for at least 60. Try. Maybe not against Miami, depending if Messi plays or not. It's Miami week. We got, if Messi plays, maybe you try that. Try to overwhelm the center backs. But I agree with you. The two striker system works, especially because it gives the wings a lot more chances to either be wider, be out more wide, or come in and kind of could be double tens with Mihailovic. And that's what really started to create more chances, right? You saw Omir be more free. You saw, even Stuart Baines be able to hey, maybe I should cut in a little bit. Hey, everybody's crowded. Let me push out a little bit more. There's no specific area now where they have to be. They have a little bit more of a free roam, which really helps them out a lot more.
Right. And maybe this kind of goes into what else we want to talk about in this first section, but I was at practice yesterday and I talked to Coach.
What a transition.
And I asked him, because I asked him 2 weeks ago when I was at practice, and I said, I asked Coach, I'm like, hey, you haven't started the same two guys on the wing yet, right? You've rotated through. How close are you to finding something that fits? And he's like, we have a deep room. Everybody brings something a little different. We can game plan, blah, blah. So then 2 weeks later, 2 games later, and I believe still hasn't started the same two wingers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Omir. No, because there's Omir and Yappy and Omir and Harris.
Weren't the first 2 games the first wingers, though? Portland, and then right after that was...
Oh, you're right. There were no changes. Okay, but so outside of that, he's been experimenting
for
a
the
ton.
most part. He's been trying to figure out his lineup.
It's not the same subs on the wing. It's not, it's who's going to play now. Lewis being out, helps narrow those choices down. Of course, now Kamani coming in and being an impact helps. But I asked him and I said, how much closer are you? And he's like, well, honestly, his answer made it seem more like he was farther away from having a set starting two. And he brought up the 4-2-2-2 with the two strikers. He brought up being able to, give Yappy minutes next to Rafa, give Yappy minutes instead of Rafa, having Djordje and Cole play more attacking. So I don't think we're actually anywhere closer to figuring that out, even though it worked really well in this game. I don't know how fast we're going to see that replicated because he still has to figure out who plays well with who.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating, but also pretty good. Yeah. As Kevin says right there in the Toyota chat, he's trying stuff. That's our motto, baby.
But
let's try stuff.
When you've had the attack the Rapids have had, isn't that kind of what you should be doing? Trying to see if somebody can create a spark. And you kind of saw it a little bit with Cabral. He came in and had a really good game. And it was because Armas was trying stuff. You saw the first half where Cabral was able to attack. He felt like he was finding his open spots. He had a lot of energy. And that all comes down to coaching and Armas being ready to try stuff and giving guys who have proven themselves in practice, have shown them that they're willing to work, an opportunity. Which is all we want, right? We want to see these people. How many times did we complain last year that there weren't players getting opportunities? That, hey, why isn't Ollie getting more minutes? Why aren't you calling Hanya more up? Why aren't you getting this or that? Why isn't Remy coming up instead of somebody else? And then finally we get it with Armas, and I'm all for it. I appreciate him trying to give more guys more minutes, an opportunity to prove that they should belong in the starting 11.
Man, you just brought up the Ollie point. We were waiting for Ollie to get some minutes. Totally mismanaged the Hanya minutes. He basically used his 4 first team, and I don't even think had 20 minutes.
No.
Total.
But that's because they were throwing bodies because everybody was getting injured. They didn't have any depth, any quality depth. And no offense to Sam Nicholson, but that was your starting wing last year.
Oh, God. But Ollie, specifically, because I keep asking about Lamine every time I can ask about Lamine not playing yet. It's April, man. His loan's up in June. Now you do have a lot of 2 games a week coming up in May. I think 2 or 3 weeks in a row. So there's going to be some schedule congestion. So maybe that's when we really see the bulk of Lamine minutes. But I keep asking. He's like, well, look, Cole and Ollie aren't going to let him take their minutes. And to their credit, they haven't. Yeah. They really haven't had a stinker between them, besides maybe that first game, but Lamine wasn't even close to ready.
I mean,
right?
Cole, I think Cole last week could have sat down a little bit earlier.
Sure.
But it is a confidence thing with a guy so young that's playing, that it's your starter. You've trusted him to be the face of the franchise now for what I think this is the second year that you've kind of put that on him, Colorado kid. So I get why he didn't take out Cole, but eventually you do have to see Lamine. Lamine is a guy that you're investing money into on a loan, and you got to see what you have. Now, if you don't think he's first team quality, and he hasn't proven it to it in practice the way Kevin Cabral has and earned that spot, then maybe you got to reevaluate what are you looking for in a 6. Why are you finding that? And maybe you don't need a Lamine after you have a Jasper, you have an Ollie, and you have a Cole, and a Bombi who came in moonlight as a 6.
Saw Jasper yesterday.
How's he doing?
He spent the whole time running, and he was part of warm-ups. He wasn't part of game contact. Yeah. But he said he's pain-free. It's a soft tissue injury, so it's like...
Take it easy. You never know.
But he said he'll be back in the next two games.
Oh, that's great to hear, man.
He said next couple of games.
Next couple of games?
So that's he probably won't play in Miami. Mm-hmm. I bet you the Dallas home game is when you'd see him back.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That gives him 2 games off, 2 travel weeks. Mm-hmm. Take it easy. If you need a defensive midfielder, Lamine is ready.
Yeah, and you also have Wayne Frederick, who's been in the 18 the last 2 games.
Who I don't want to see Wayne play yet.
Neither do I, but it'd be fun if you're winning by quite a bit the last 10 minutes or so, or the game's kind of out of hand or something. Just throw him out there, see what you got in him.
That guy looks like he weighs 150 pounds soaking wet.
Dude, there's players that do not look great, but go out and ball.
That's true.
So I do get the physical part of it. I'm I do understand that
There's
because
some
it's a physical league.
big MFers in the midfield in this league, man.
Yeah, I get the physicality,
Yeah.
but the last 10 minutes, I'm down to throw them out there if the game's out of hand or something,
Sure.
and you need to give a guy a break.
Hanya minutes.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, especially because you don't have to call him up. He's
Right,
a
he's
GA.
just there.
Yeah, is he a
Yeah.
GA? No, right?
No,
No, he just came out
Kamani is
early.
the
Yeah.
GA,
But either way, like, just throw him out there, see what you have. Young kid, draft pick, not taking up a lot of cap. Might as well just see what you got in him.
You now have wins against LAFC
Mm-hmm.
at Salt Lake, a good result in Seattle. Those are probably the three best teams that you play,
Talent-wise, probably.
right? I mean, Portland
Yeah.
is in there, and you got owned, but first game of the season.
Yeah.
Uh,
You take that with a grain of salt.
now you're going to play Miami, which, like, you know, we made our old man jokes and our, you know, all that. They're pretty good.
Dude, that's the thing, dude. People, like, I get the whole, like, Saurez is old, and we made fun of it. We're part of that group. But, like, damn, dude, we kind of just made fun of it and forgot that Saurez was the best striker in Brazil, one of the top leagues this side of the continent, this side of the world, and he was balling down there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he go to MLS and do the same? Like, dude's a baller. He scores, and that's what the Rapids need. You're, again, world-class striker, probably top 3 striker this generation. So it's a little bit different. But damn, man, has Suarez been killing it. He's been more of an attraction to me personally than Messi, and I'm a huge Messi fan.
You're a Suarez guy.
I'm a Barca guy. Like, that team is built for me all the way. I love Alba. I think Sergio Busquets is the best 6 in the history of football. Like, this is me. This is me as a biased Barca fan. That team is
Good
dope.
Lord.
That team is dope from top to bottom.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess so my question then is, you've had good results against good teams, minus Portland. Do you expect a good result in this Miami game?
What's a good result? I think that's the
draw?
context. A draw?
Or a win?
With a 1-0 loss. With everybody
No.
on the pitch. Messi, Suarez, Djordje, and Busquets.
We'll get into that, because I don't know how many of those guys we'll see.
No, but like, if they're
Yeah.
all playing, would that be a positive result? 1-0 loss.
Depends what kind of 1-0 loss.
Like if it's a Houston one.
Yeah, I think that's an okay result.
Not the one you want, because it's not points, but on the road against that
I just
team.
think scoring no goals at this point is going to have every Rapids fan up in arms.
True, I agree.
Because the whole point is, this was the first time they've scored 3 goals in a game since May of last year.
Against Galaxy, who was pretty shit last year.
Right. So no goals, bad result.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a 0-0 draw.
Yep.
But if you lose and score no goals, bad result. If you lose and score goals, solid result.
Yeah.
Draw, awesome. Win, party.
So now that we have that premise, I think the Rapids do get a positive result. I think they get a draw or a win.
Dang.
And I think it's going to be fun. And we're not getting into predictions yet. But the most impressive thing about this team so far has been its resilience. It's been that at every turn when they could have crumbled and just stopped playing, even in that 4-1 loss against Portland, they never stopped playing. They kept trying hard. They kept attacking. And that's what you want from a Rapids team. You want a team that's willing to fight every inch, fight tooth and nail just to get that inch. And that's the great part about this team. Now, am I going to be sad if it's a 1-0 loss, 0-1 loss, 2-0? Yes. I'm going to be devastated if it's more than that, though. And I think you're right. If they don't score a goal, I think it's another.
You have to score.
Yeah, it's
have
just
to score.
It's not panic time, but it's frustration. It's a lot of frustration that it's been building up for now 2 seasons that you can't score.
And that's really what it comes down to, because, you know, and I've heard arguments for you know, because I tweeted out about how the DPs have performed. Now, granted, Djordje went off and kind of ruined part of that. Right?
He ruined
but the
your
fact
take.
that DP and Rafa are DPs, and you're not getting goals from them, right? And I understand there's like budgetary reasons to use DP slots. That's why Maxu was a DP and then bought down and whatever. But like, you're not scoring goals. You haven't scored goals for 2 years. And those are the guys taking up DP slots, while other teams are using DP slots on some of the best goal scorers in the league / world.
Yep.
Maybe not world, but up there.
Yeah.
Like Giacomakis could go score goals anywhere. That dude's a baller. You know what I'm saying? Like Almada could go score goals anywhere. He's a baller. Right?
True.
Hani, he could go score goals anywhere. Those are your DP. Those are DPs, right? Kevin Cabral and Rafa aren't meeting that. So if you continue to not score, you're going to continue to see people mad, even if you're still going 500, if you're still pulling draws, still pulling, win, loss, draw, win, loss, draw, win, loss, draw. If you're not scoring, people are still going to be pissed because you need to score 3 goals pretty often in this league to win.
Yep. And also, Arma said at the beginning of the season, right? He wants exciting football. He wants goals. He wants attacking. And that's the most frustrating part. And Mitch in the chat, not Mitch Carroll, but Mitch Potter, saying, yeah, you said you're winning 3-0. What happened? I'm not changing my take. I'm still going to keep that because I am a man of my word, and I'm going to say 3-0 win at the end of the day, and I'm going to give you the goal scorers in the last segment if you stick around.
Lit.
But you're right, man. And Giacomakis is one of those guys that struggled the first, 3 games, wasn't scoring, was not getting in the right position. Then he had that breakout game where he had the hat trick, and it just everything opened up for him. And I'm just waiting for Rafa or one of our guys to do that, to break open. And it feels like Djordje just did it against LAFC. Now can Rafa do it, which is the guy we need to break out, have a game like that. And maybe it's like, okay, maybe he's changing the pace.
Give me a brace.
Yeah.
Please.
And that's what you need, right?
Yeah.
Once you have that, because we need a goal from open play. We haven't had that yet from him. Last year, I guess, Dallas, you can count it, but it was also off a set piece.
No, it was a set piece. That's a set piece.
Yeah, it was a rebound, so I don't know how people qualify that, but it's still not the same.
Yeah. Shout out to Mitch jumping in the Toyota chat. Talk to us in that Toyota chat. Get in there. Your chats today are delivered by the 2024 4Runner, which leads me to our first ad read of the day. Toyota, baby! Your Front Range Toyota stores are excited to begin their new partnership with DNVR. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. You a truck guy?
Yeah, truck guy.
You're a truck guy?
I'm also a car guy.
That's true. You're kind of just a motor vehicle guy.
I love cars. Trucks
have always been a part of Toyota's DNA. For generations, Toyota has built durable legends, destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you, like the all-new 2024 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser coming this spring. My cousin is with like a Land Cruiser group where they just like off-road the crap out of them and take them up Sierras, and it's so sick. I love the Land Cruiser.
Dude, and not just even the Land Cruiser. Let's say you're not into bigger cars and stuff. You got Toyotas, you got the Supras, you got the 86 Panda from Toyota. Dude, you got so many classic cars from Toyota too that I love. Like you have the 1996 twin turbo Toyota Supra special edition that was popularized because of Fast and Furious.
That's right.
Like that's my favorite car all time, dude. I love Toyotas. Reliable, great cars. I can talk Toyotas for a whole podcast if you really, really wanted to. They're just great cars all the way around.
I love my 2012 Toyota Highlander.
As somebody that was, as somebody that's a mechanic that used to be a mechanic and used to sell cars, Toyota's the best car they could get for your money.
Toyota offers 17 models, like you were saying there, with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. Toyota also currently offers more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. Toyota SUVs take command on the road and on the trails, so you can explore the road less traveled without sacrificing smooth city rides in SUVs like RAV4 and the Grand Highlander. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. We are also brought to you today by Fubo TV. We love Fubo.
Fubo's dope.
We love Fubo.
I'm ready to abuse Fubo this summer with the Euros and the Copa America.
Yeah.
I'm going to abuse the hell of Fubo.
Yes, as you should.
Great. It's going to be fun.
We're going to watch a lot of footy this summer.
It's going to be footy, NBA finals, Stanley Cup finals with Denver teams in both of them. Then you're going to have Euros and Copa America. It's going to be a good time.
Mexico losing to the United States again.
Boo.
We haven't talked about that on the pod, so Dos Acero.
Dos Acero. I mean, we have our own Dos Acero, which was, I think, more impactful.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. 140 plus live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news. Stream live TV from any device. Watch the most Colorado sports for the lowest price. Start watching immediately with a free trial. Love a free trial, by the way. I have free trial to everything.
I'm a free trial guy myself.
I abuse the free trial thing.
We're abusers on this podcast.
No.
We're abusers of good things.
Yes. Yes, that's true, of good things.
Of good products.
Yes.
I'm not going to say...
No, I go
people,
if something is good, I go to 100. There's no moderation with your boy over here.
Same way.
Watch, you can also, they have altitude.
Yep.
So you don't miss Nuggets and Avs, right? There's no contract, no cable, no hassle. Just sign up and start watching and get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR included at no extra charge. You can watch local teams while traveling. Look, the Rockies are going to be on Fubo if you're a Rockies guy.
That's insane.
You're a Rockies guy.
Oh, dude, I'm a Denver sports guy. I'm a 5 for 5.
Fiver. That's right. You have 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
Big time.
I'm all 5.
All 5.
All 5.
You get NFL Network. There's U.S. Open Tennis, UEFA Euros, Ryder
U.S.
Cup.
Open Cup, if you guys like that.
Is that on Fubo?
It will when it gets to the later rounds.
You're right. We do love Open Cup.
Open Cup's dope.
Look, watch all your favorite sports, including the Rockies with Fubo. Go to www.fubotv.com/DNVR to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro.
You also get 2 DNA when you can watch all the Mexican League if you're into that.
It's been a rough year for my Cholos.
It's a rough year for your Cholos every year.
I know, but
this year's worse.
This year's been not tight.
It's been 2023 Rapids-esque.
Not tight.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's okay. We move. And speaking of, we move on now.
Before we move on, drop a like, subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna hammer this in until we get 30 likes on the show.
30?
I'm gonna hammer it. Even if you're hearing it, go back and give us a like on if you're listening to it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or whatever. Go back and give us a like on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. It'd be dope.
Yeah, we really like it. You know what it's time for, Yahya?
What is it time for, Mitch?
Stonk Report.
Stonk ups.
Stonks.
I'm excited for this one.
Are you?
I actually am, because there's some players I need to roast on this.
Do you want me to feed them to you? Or do you want you to feed them to me?
I think you name it, and then we go from there, and then we both discuss it.
Okay. I like that, 'cause it's not just players.
Yep.
First up, head coach, Chris Armas. Stock up, stock down.
Stock up. What do you think?
I think for sure stock up. I mean, how could it not be up after his Toronto stint?
Dude, you took my take. I regret.
Sorry.
I regret throwing it to you so much, because that's literally my take. 10 games in, he was 10 games in, you're like, this guy's not it.
I think he made it 11.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more. You're like,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like it's like, you're out of here, dude. You're not part of it.
Correct.
And we had Chris Armas on this couch, and he said himself there was more things in Toronto that nobody knew what was going on, and he felt cheated a little bit.
Sure.
But it has to be stock up. None of us believed in him, let's be honest.
Zero.
When he got hired, we were all like, he won us over through the offseason, and then we were like, all right, now let's see the results. First game, you lose 4-1. Then you come back, and you've had a great run of games the last 4 games. How can it not be stock up?
He has definitely converted a few of the Rapids, Twitter regulars.
For sure.
Judge Jim, B-Ray, those guys are locked in.
Yep.
Armas guys. I'm getting there.
Up in Armas?
Oh. Look, I'll say this. Here's what really turned me about Armas, and I know we don't want to go too long on all of these. But
It's fine. We can go. Well, we can take some out if it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's our show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
That's true. Alyssa approved, obviously.
By the way, Alyssa on the 1 and 2, shout out her.
If she's cool with it, we'll do whatever we want. Okay, so I watch a lot of Rapids practice. A lot of Rapids practice.
Practice? We're talking about practice?
Yeah, we're talking about practice. I just watched that last Ted Lasso episode, by the way. It's night and day. Rapids training. Now, granted, that was the first professional practices I had ever watched were under Robin Fraser, right? In person, paid attention to, besides like Broncos training camp, whatever. But that's very clearly hard work.
Yeah.
What Robin Fraser was rolling out as a practice plan was garbage. Garbage.
Not
they practiced
comparable,
for
right?
like maybe an hour, right? But it was 10, 15 minutes of warm-ups. You know, you wonder why they couldn't score or be competitive. It's because they didn't practice that way. They didn't. Straight up. And I think Robin Fraser, I think the world of the guy. I think he's still going to be a good coach at some point in this MLS.
Tenure.
But you see what Armis went and learned is how real teams train.
Yep.
Right? He was at Carrington watching Cristiano Ronaldo train to be one of the best in the world.
Correct.
Now, I don't think they're doing full Manchester United work,
training plans.
but I do think it is night and day. And that, to me, is why this team has come in still having to learn a system, still having to figure out new players and new roles. And that's a credit to Armis, because down to practice, down to game plan, down to all that, down to film, down to recovery, all that is better than it was. And that's a credit to him and his system that he's brought in.
Yeah, and again, not to beat this to the ground, but I think he deserves a stock up just because of the way he's improved and that we've seen. And you're right, like he went out and learned. He's a baller. He deserves it. He deserves all the credit he's going to get.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other notes on Mr. Armis?
Nah, I think we're good.
Our bald king?
Our bald prince. You're a bald king.
Thanks.
I don't know why you swiped your head.
Good luck. Rafa Navarro.
This one's hard.
Stock up, stock down.
It has to be stock down. I hate to do it, but it has to be.
You're right. You're right.
Like,
You're right, though.
He's been, again, I think he's played well. He had a hockey assist in that for that final goal where he asked for it from Sam. Perfect ball to Kimani, and Kimani can throw it into the box for Djordje. But besides that, like, he has one goal, a hockey assist, and that's your DP striker. You need a lot more from that guy than
Through 6 games.
Yeah, you need a lot more from him.
Cole Bassett sat right where you're sitting right now, pretty much, and told us 10 goals for Navarro this year.
Still could be possible. All he needs is one hat trick for him to get him almost halfway there.
That's true. But I don't know how many I don't know how many hat tricks the Rapids even have as a club.
Not many.
I think it's like less than 4.
I was about to say I think it's 3.
I think it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to get one. I'm not going to hold my breath, I should say. Yeah, it's got to be stock down. Even though he's doing everything right besides scoring, unfortunately, you get paid to score. So get scoring, bud.
Yeah.
Cole Bassett. Stock up, stock down.
This one's another hard one. I like Cole a lot. I think once he got moved into that double pivot, he's been more productive. He's had a game of the player of the game type of matches. But I just don't think he is as advertised so far, which is like an assist guy, a creator. So I'm still going to give him a stock up because he's young and he has improved. And I think he's learning who he is as a footballer because he's still really young. He's like 21, 20. So I think he's still learning. So I'm going to give him a stock up because I do like a few of the games he's had so far. He also had the RSL winner.
I think this. I'm going to cheat here and say stock same.
I wanted to do that, but I'm not a cheater.
Well, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, yeah.
I do not try very much.
You do be not trying.
I do not be trying.
I think he finished last season on a good note. He's had a couple nice games. Obviously, the RSL winner means a ton.
Yeah.
To the fans, to the club.
I think to him.
To him.
Well.
But that being said, it's still just 1 goal through 6. I don't think he has an assist yet.
No.
You know, so you want to see more from him. I do think he's playing very well. I think the leadership is evident and you hear him talked about in that role around the club and around the players. So stock same.
Yep, I think that's
Produce a little more and your stock's going up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're riding the stock. I mean, we have a lot of Cole stock here.
Yeah, dude.
So we're going to cash in at some point.
DNVR Rapids owns about 20% of that stock
A lot of stock. A lot of stock. Okay. Easiest one of the day. Moist Bombito.
Dude, this dude's stock is like out of the roof. We can't catch it. We can't even see it because it's like
gone.
Yeah, it's like what do they say? It's like to the moon. Like
yes,
that's exactly what Bombito is. I was saying it on the post game, dude. If you're like a championship club, a lower one of those lower Premier League clubs, somebody out there that's like in the top 5 leagues right in the middle, like trying to make that jump. You're licking your chops looking at Bombito right now. It's like, I can get a good deal on this guy. This dude's going to be a baller. He's going to be a plug-and-play kind of dude. And we're going to be out of him because that's how good he's been playing. He is him.
Look, Austin Trusty, not Arsenal level, but Sheffield level.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, he's a starting Premier League defender. Mm-hmm. I would take Bombito over Trusty.
Especially right now.
Pretty much any day of the week. Right? Like, right?
Of course.
So... to me, it's like you can't say how high this stock is, right? And this is one we had a lot of the available, so we bought a lot of stock early on this guy. We are going to cash the hell in with Bombi stock.
I'm really mad. I was talking to Dwayne that I just left him on the table on my guys draft.
You took Nate Jones,
dude. I was trying to be clever.
He
I'm
might
dumb,
not play
okay?
a minute.
I was trying to be clever.
Yeah.
It's not smart move.
How about this? We all get Bombi as our guy.
I think that's a good one.
Because he wasn't in the draft.
I think Bombi is just everybody.
So he's the patron saint of the podcast.
And I mean this in a positive way. He is for the people.
He is. He's so good. Scoring a goal on your birthday, cool as hell.
First MLS goal
on your birthday. Oh, cool as hell. His mom was here from Canada.
That's so cool.
Djordje's parents were here.
And then he still hypes like, dude, he loves C38.
Yes.
He goes, hypes them up,
yes.
screams at the fans. He wants everybody involved.
He gets it.
Dude, Bombi, if you're listening to this, we love you.
Was it Bombi last year or was it Yappy? I remember there was a moment where they just took off at the end of the game. Went straight to the locker room, didn't shake hands with anybody.
Bombi.
It was Bombi. He's come a long way since that.
Dude, he gets it. He's 24 now? He was 23. Like, of course, man. He's a kid. Like, remember when you were 23? Like, it's like you might not be 18, but it's still hard to deal with all the pressure of being a professional athlete.
Totally.
Now, he has another year under his belt. He's been a professional for a year. He understands what it takes to reach the next level. And that's why Bombi is the Rapids' best player so far.
Zach Steffen.
You'd lose like 4 of these games if it wasn't for that dude between the posts. That guy has been incredible as well.
He's been great.
Honestly, they've conceded a goal every game. Very little of them are because of him.
They paid no dollars for him.
No dollars.
That's pretty tight.
And not a DP.
Not a DP. I don't think he's TAM. He's definitely not max TAM. I know that for sure.
Again, if you're Berhalter, Zach Steffen's job is to make Berhalter's job extremely difficult.
He's doing it.
And again, yeah, exactly. 5 games in, I think he's done it. And I'm all for it.
Kevin Cabral.
He has a goal, the same amount as Rafa.
Yeah, I really liked his game this weekend.
If we're just looking at what it has been so far this season, his stock has to be on the rise.
Yeah, it's not on the Bombi trajectory, which is
exactly
straight up, but it's up. Mm-hmm. It's up. And the fact that he's starting means he's showing enough in training that the system can work for him. So I say up, and I'm excited. I'm back in on Kevin Cabral. Oh, God, I can't believe I said that out loud. I'm back in on Kevin Cabral.
He's a KC kind of guy.
Oh, God. No, I'm not. Take it back.
Dude, Cabral's dope. Cabral has always had the talent. It's always been a mental thing with him.
He's going to get it.
Yeah, and it feels like it took Armas. He feels a little bit like Danny Rojas, that guy, back to Ted Lasso. Like that, maybe not Danny Rojas, but maybe more of that, maybe it's even, I forget, the main guy that.
Sam Obasanya?
No.
Jamie Tart?
Jamie Tart. He might be that, where it's just, he has the talent, but mentally it's just not there.
Sure.
And maybe it's finally clicking for him, and it took a coach for him that can pull out the best out of him.
God, I love Ted Lasso talk. That show rules. I'm rewatching it again.
Ted Lasso makes me feel good.
It
gives me butterflies.
Last one on here. Sammy Vines.
This one's a little bit difficult for me, too.
I think it's down.
A little.
Right?
Some of these goals have been on him.
Because he was so good before he went over to Europe. And we kind of expected this guy might be the best left back in the league. He's not played like the best left back in the league.
Yeah, and I think he's had really good games offensively. I think he's been a good piece. He's been one of those motor that drives the ball forward. Defensively, he's had some of those recoveries not be his strong suit.
Right.
But I think defensively, you've seen it the last couple of games where he's kind of figuring it out a little bit more, kind of figuring out where Bombi and Maxu are going to be most of the time. And I think Sam Bynes could be a guy going forward. Right now, I think his stock, I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit like you and say it's kind of the same. Just for the reason that it takes a little bit of time to kind of get adjusted back to regular life, especially you're about to get married, you're back home, everybody's kind of hitting you up. It's going to take a little bit just to kind of get fully adjusted. So I'm going to say it's the same. Talk to me in 5 games, and then it might be up and down. But right now, I'm going to keep it nice and even.
I think it's like Cabral, where it's like slightly down.
Yeah, I don't think it's like torpedoing.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think so. You've seen that he's willing to work to get better, and that's all you want from these guys, right?
Yeah. Any other person you want to talk on?
We had Cole. Maxu is one that I'm interested in what you think.
I think he's been good.
I think his stock is up from last year.
Yeah.
I think he finally has a partner that can help him out in the back.
Well, and he has Sam next to him too.
Yeah. I think he's been...
And the double pivot is good for him too.
Yeah, I think Maxu
and
has
Zach
shown,
is good for him too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's been good. Mask Sue is cool as hell too.
Yeah.
So
Did you see that little play that he had where he was going to like go for the ball, and then he kind of like looked and saw the other player was behind him, and he let it go? He's like, I know you're not going to be able to I'm not going to outrun you, and I know this is going to go out to a goal kick, so I'm just going to let it kind of fly out, even if it's a little dangerous. I trust me.
I like that.
I like it.
He's good.
I'm cool with Maxu.
I saw him at practice, no mask. He wasn't like playing, but like it's gotta hurt. Like if you have, you know what I mean.
Broken
he's gotta
nose.
be playing through pain.
And it's not even. It wasn't a penalty. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Ollie LaRosse, one last one.
100% soaring.
Him and Bombi, dude, are like just skyrocketing.
Socket
right?
soaring.
Now imagine it, dude. What is he? 21, 20? Like, I'm not 100% sure, maybe 22, but give it a couple years when he's 24 like Bombi. Dude's going to be also be on that trajectory where
He's
they're hitting
22
him
and
up.
doesn't turn 23 until September.
They're going to be hitting him up, man.
Yeah.
September what?
13th.
Oh, dude, he's a Virgo like me. Shout out Ollie.
I'm a Virgo too.
Oh, shout out Mitch.
Oh no, 16th. Does that change it?
No.
Cool.
I'm at the cutoff at the 21st.
Oh, tight. You're a cusp.
Yeah.
See, I'm a cusp Virgo.
Cool.
On the other end, my wife is born 5 days before me, and she's a Leo.
It's so weird, right? How
Very
that works.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I'm
Neither
just
do
talking
I.
out of the side of my
I got a
neck
wife
here.
that explains it to me.
There we go. All right, let's get into the Miami game. It's going to be fun. We got a lot to talk about with it.
Yeah.
And we'll do that right after this short break. And we're back. Welcome back to the Toyota Lounge.
Where you're going to be hitting that like button from wherever you're at and listening to us on podcast format and giving us 5-star reviews that we really appreciate.
Look, Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, the official vehicle of DNVR. It's so cool. I'm going to say that a bunch.
Yep.
It's so tight.
Again, we're abusers. We're going to abuse the hell out of this.
It is so cool. Toyota. That's like, you know, we thought it was we've gotten some very good sponsors on this show.
Coors, Fubo,
Illegal Pete's.
Illegal Pete's, the Rapids.
The Rapids. But like Toyota is like as big as it gets.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad.
Toyota's dope.
Shout out. Hey, I did the winner's lunch from my wife's Toyota Corolla actually.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Toyota comes clutch whenever you need it. That was another Toyota lounge.
It was. Remote lounge. Yeah. Ricardo, will I see you two legends tonight at DSGP? You going tonight?
I don't think so. Bro, I work hard.
You do?
I got things to do. Unfortunately, I got some things. I got some loose ends I got to tighten up tonight. But I will be watching the game.
Yeah, I'll watch, but I won't be there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit that like if you're still watching before we get into the Miami game. We got 13 in there now. Let's get it up there. If you haven't hit that like, hit that like. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about Messi.
You want to get Messi?
Let's get Messi with Messi. Go. What do you got?
I don't even know if he's going to play this game.
I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah.
So Miami plays Monterrey tonight.
Which is going to be a great game.
Should be pretty fun.
Probably a top 2 team in all of top 3 team in all the North America. Mm-hmm. Should be a really fun game. But again, that's the reason he will not play on Saturday.
Well, they also play them next Wednesday.
Exactly. It's too much for a guy that's a superstar. He has that LeBron James.
He's already taken games off.
Exactly. But he's on the LeBron James schedule, right? Like, when we need you, we need you. If not, go
and the team is good enough to win without him.
And it has.
Yes.
So why would you risk it against the Colorado Rapids?
I don't think there's a chance that Messi ever plays against the Colorado Rapids.
Unless it's a mile high and they're paying him a lot of money to come play here.
Maybe.
But
even then.
Yeah, even then, that's a...
They paid him a lot of money to go play in Hong Kong and he didn't play.
I don't know how much...
Like, he's not going to play. Like, the Rapids won't see Messi. That's my prediction. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that'd be awesome to watch him play against our Burgundy boys. That's amazing.
Bombi locking him up.
That's awesome. But I think there's a 0% chance he plays against the Rapids. That's my gut.
Because you don't get him for 3-4 more years, like Miami again or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably not going to see him
ever
at DSGP or get on the field with the Burgundy on the other side.
Nope.
It was one shot, and you're kind of missing out on it.
Yeah, I don't think he plays, especially because they're locked into these 2 Monterrey games.
Yeah. If they had won Leagues Cup, they'd definitely be playing.
Correct. Saurez?
I think he plays. I think Saurez is one of those guys that can't stay away from the pitch. You've heard the whole thing that his knees hurt. He can barely walk when he's not playing. He loves the game too much to leave anything. I don't think he's going to play the full 90. He might come in and play 10, 15. But I think he's going to play more than we expect.
He's not ready for Bombi, bro.
Bombi's gonna bite him back.
Yeah, that's right.
Bombi's gonna put his teeth in him. It's gonna be great.
Chompers, dude,
it's gonna be fun. I think the other 2 guys
I was so down on Saurez, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people were. You're not the only one.
You can't tell me that you can't wake up in the morning without pain and tell me you're gonna be an impactful striker in the MLS.
In a top 10, 15 league in the world?
Yeah.
When there's hundreds and hundreds of leagues.
Yeah. So, look, I was wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Saurez is dope. I think, again, we underestimated how good he was in Brazil the year before.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna play, but I don't know if it's gonna be.
Alba probably plays.
We'll see. Alba has also been taking a few games off.
Busquets probably plays.
Busquets has been the Iron Man of that, dude.
Yeah.
But his game.
And he's the oldest, right?
Yeah. But he's the old man, but his game also translates so well that he doesn't need to be so physical. He doesn't have to be an athlete. He doesn't have to spend his energy as much, and that's why I love him. He's the prototypical 6, right? He's a guy that can get out of tricky spots with not a lot of athleticism. He just knows where the space is at all times. And that's something you have to be careful, especially when you're pressing high. He's going to be a guy that can pick you apart.
It makes me nervous.
Busquets is dope.
With no Jasper, for sure. Lamine hasn't played yet.
I mean, Ollie is really physical.
He's tiny compared to Busquets, though.
He is, but the one way you get to Busquets...
big.
The one way you get to Busquets is physicality, right? You got to push him off a little bit, the ball. You have to close space quickly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's the one guy I think that the Rapids have to fear the most out of anybody, because I think he's going to be the one guy that's going to play and going to make a huge impact.
Huge impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, and we're just talking about the major guys, but they have great players all on that pitch. They have Julian Gressel, who I think hasn't had a great...
I can't believe they just got Gressel. That makes me mad.
But I don't think he's been good so far this year, but you never know when he can turn it around.
He's one of those guys that you think will.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
and he's still very talented. He knows the MLS. He's played with all these guys so much.
Totally.
So Gressel is another guy you got to be careful with.
For sure. Looking at the other side, Rapids. Who needs to have a great game in this game.
We say it every damn week. It has to be Rafa. Rafa has to be the guy because you need him to be the DP striker you pay him for.
Yeah, you need the geometry of the field to bend towards him.
Exactly.
You need it to.
And maybe it is you do a 4-4-2. And that's the way you can get him more balls and you can let him create a little bit more. Maybe you have Yappy or Cabral be the second striker. Like, that would be a fun lineup. I'd pay money to see that live. Like, I think those two up there
I
would
like
be
Yappy
fun.
and Rafa together in the box. I really do. I think
Yeah.
that's really good. You're right. Stefan needs to have a good game,
Yeah.
right? I think Sam Vines needs to have a really good game
Yeah.
because he hasn't.
Yeah.
He's had
Decent games.
passing grades
Yeah.
minus the own goal in Portland,
Mm-hmm.
but he needs to have like, oh shit, we got Sam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't had that I'm him performance that we need from him.
Exactly.
And I think that's not so much necessarily a game flow thing. It's not like a game plan thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when are we going to see a dominant Sam Vines game?
Yeah.
This is 7 games in.
I completely agree, man. I think Sam Vines has a good shot of being that guy this weekend. I really do. Just because you see that he is kind of ramping up little by little. He's kind of getting the hang of it. How I said earlier, it takes a little time to adjust. People are hitting you up, new system, all this kind of things. I think Sam's going to have a good game. But if we need him, I think he will.
I think Sam and Bombi both are going to be critical. Miami, not the fastest team, but probably one of the most skilled passing teams.
Yeah.
You're going to need your recovery speed in this game.
Dude.
Right? So you're going to need Bombi. You're going to need Sam.
Personally, man, besides the Rapids lore that I need them to be Miami, the other one is I hate Tata Martino. I
Really?
hate Tata Martino.
Hate?
I'm a Mexico fan.
I know, but
He never called up Santi to the World Cup. I'm still pissed.
and I guess the end of the Mexico dominance over the U.S. started with him,
Exactly.
right? 2019 was kind of the
And it's not his fault. I will say-
kickoff of
yeah,
that.
it's not his fault. I'm going to be completely honest. It's the
No,
Federation.
it is. Screw him.
But I still hate him. I still hate him. I need a scapegoat, and he's my scapegoat.
Love
and
that.
I do not like him.
Love that. Anyone else? Anyone else you need to stand out in this one?
The wingers.
Can any winger be like, I am now the starting winger based on what I just did on the field? Can anyone show me that? Because
So-
no one has showed me that.
Nobody's picked up on it so far.
Lewis, not available. Kamani, still integrating, still young.
Himani.
Himani. Can Cabral just be like, I'm a DP, I'm the starting winger, watch this game happen?
Yeah.
Please?
Calvin Harris has been good. I think he's only had one bad game.
That's true.
I think Calvin Harris has
Sure.
been a guy.
But can
So-
someone just do that?
Yeah.
That's all I want.
It's what you need. You need a winger to establish himself.
No one is doing it.
It's
That's
also-
why we've seen Yappy start on the wing.
It's-
We've seen Omir start on the wing.
Yeah, and it's also a little bit part of it is like you're kind of rotating because you are running your wingers to the ground because you ask them to do so much.
That's true. It is
So-
a physically demanding position
so
in this system.
Exactly. So I get the shifting of players a little bit more, but you do need a guy to step up and be like, if I'm available and I'm ready to go, I should be in that lineup.
I wonder if they're going to travel day of or if they're going to let them be there in Miami the night before. I don't want no Miami hangover.
I want the Miami hangover. That's an excuse.
You want it as an excuse?
Yep. I'm ready to be like, they were in Miami the day before.
Oh, that's true. They're partying in Miami last night. That's why they lost.
Yeah.
But they're not going to lose. You said 3-0.
Yeah,
win.
they're gonna win.
So,
I want them to be in Miami for like 3 days to celebrate the win.
love that. Okay. Who's more likely?
What's more likely?
What's more likely? Thank you. What's more likely? Messi edition. What is more likely? That Messi plays or the Rapids win?
Rapids win.
Yes, correct.
100%.
Yes. All these say Messi plays. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the Messi edition.
Right. Okay, got it. Messi plays or a Djordje goal.
Messi plays.
Interesting. So you think it's
No,
gonna-
never mind. Djordje played.
Okay, so I was gonna say you're kind of expecting a roller coaster with Djordje.
No, I'm expecting stock up.
Okay,
Yeah, I got confused because there's a few of them that I do think are most unlikely.
right. Messi plays or a penalty is called in this game.
Messi plays.
Interesting.
I think the old refs are back. They're going to be stricter to prove that
Sure.
they're better.
Right.
And you kind of saw it last game. they're a lot more stricter when it comes to costs and things that are going on. So I think it's more likely Messi plays now.
Got it. Messi plays or a red card is shown.
Same as the last one. I think Messi.
Okay.
I think the refs are coming back and they're being like, hey, we're the real deal. This is how you call a game.
Messi plays or Himani Stewart Baines scores a goal.
This one's hard. What do you think?
Messi plays.
You think so?
Our wingers don't score goals.
I mean, it's Himani.
I agree, but I just don't.
Is he even part of the rotation for the Miami game?
I don't know.
I think Messi
Well, he
plays
played Sunday, right? So he played Saturday, played Sunday, is going to play tonight. He practiced with the twos yesterday. Mm-hmm. He will play tonight in the Open Cup, you would imagine.
So it has to be Messi plays.
So even if he plays, which I still think he can, I don't know if it's going to feature enough for him to get a goal.
Okay. That's what I didn't think he was going to get an assist last game, and he did.
A nice one.
Yeah. We talked about it in the post game, dude. Having that composure, final minutes. Yeah.
There's no tunnel vision there. There's no Jonathan Lewis tunnel vision.
I'm just going to head it right into yours. He says, no. He's like, I don't got a great shot. Let me pass it over
to be fair, Djordje was in his field of vision going, give me the ball.
But how many times do you not see that? And then the other player's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yes,
like,
correct. No, it was perfect.
I thought Messi plays. It has to be.
All right. Messi plays or a Rafa goal? You said he needs to have a DP game.
He does, and I've said this all year long, and he hasn't. I'm going to go Rafa goal. Just because he has had opportunities.
Okay.
He has done his thing.
Okay.
He just needs to get in the back of the net.
Okay.
It's going to be a run of play goal.
Wow. Open play Rafa goal.
Open play Rafa goal.
We have yet to see that.
Nope, we have not, but I think it's going to happen. It's going to be a Miami miracle.
A Miami miracle.
Miami.
Okay. Now it's time. Prediction time. Give me your prediction.
I'm a man of my word. 3-0 Rapids. And it's going to be a Rafa hat trick, baby. Let's go.
You had me in the first half, not going to lie.
I'm going to keep calling a Rafa goal until it happens. And this time I'm calling 3. It's going to be a Rafa Hattie. It has to be a Rafa Hattie if you want to win. And I'm going to say 3-0 Rapids win. I'm a man of my word. I am drinking the burgundy Kool-Aid. That's going to be it.
I'm going to say some sort of dumb shenanigans happens in this game. And it's a 2-1 loss. And we are pissed about it on the post game.
Seems fun.
That's my prediction.
Ready to be mad?
We're livid.
5:30 start. Happy for that.
Love a 5:30 start.
Love a 2 p.m. start too.
We need more of those. How do we get more of those?
I had a whole rant last week about it. What's in that drink? Hat trick. You know how it's like the purple drink? That's the burgundy drink. We were talking about this yesterday. It's gonna be the burgundy drink. It has Mihailovic being a baller. It has Rafa being the DP that the Rapids are paying for, and it has a little bit of arrogance in it too.
Love that for us. All right. Oh, my goal scorer, Rafa.
It has to be,
but it's still a loss.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, I'm a man of my word. I said this at the beginning of the season. I'm keeping with it.
You said it in our hot takes episode,
and I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna stick to it. So far, my hot takes have worked out pretty well.
True. Hopefully, this one does as well. I'd love to be wrong. Go ahead and plug us out of here, my guy.
DNVR Rapids on Twitter. Please follow us there. We'd really appreciate it. Follow all the great content we make. Mitch is going to ramp it up here real quick. He's going to be posting more stuff, cooler stuff. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really, really appreciate it. 5-star review wherever you hear this podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever it is. Just give us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. Anything else, Mitchell?
Become a diehard. You get so many perks from being a DNVR diehard.
Yeah.
You get a discount at the bar. Look, there's nowhere better to watch. I mean, they've got Avs and Nuggets playoff games basically every other night starting in like 2 weeks.
It's going to be a show of the greatest capacity.
So, like, nowhere better to watch. You might as well be here and get a discount on your tab.
Mm-hmm. It's the best thing that you could do if you're not a ballerina.
And even then,
It's comparable at least.
It's as fun as it gets.
It is. It truly is.
When you factor in how expensive tickets are, you might as well just have a bar tab here with a discount.
And get drunk and have fun.
Correct.
Also, come hang out with us on Friday. We're all going to be out at the Ice House for
Correct.
opening day, 9:30 a.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there. Mitch, you're going to be there, right? It's going to be a great time. Well, go there, please. We'll talk Rapids, even if it's a Rockies event. It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, whole crew down at the Ice House.
Yep.
So if you're one of those people that goes downtown for opening day, I used to go downtown for opening day. Didn't even have tickets to the game.
That's how you do it.
You just hop around and have fun.
Yeah, that's why you go to opening
Trying
day.
to see how many parties you can get into.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a really fun one down at Ice House. So come hang out with us. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And more important than all of that, up the pits.
We all silly like the mayor.